Well, hello to all of you out there in this great big world that I call social media. This is your brother Dana coming to you from right now. I'm under the post office here in downtown Chicago, coming this way to send off some One Love t-shirts. And as I was driving, the song All of Me by John Legend came up. And you know, when I hear the first kind of verses, you know, I think of, well, that's not me, single man, don't have anybody to sing that song to. But as it got to the chorus, I'll give you all of me if you give me all of you. And I began to think about how that is my relation, how I desire that to be my relationship with the Most High Yah. So I do have somebody, not in the natural per se, but I do have somebody. And the fact of the matter is that he has given all of him through his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. And it is now my desire to give all of me to him. And in just moments, he began to even show me that there are just portions of me that are still not his. And so as I was driving, you know, and traffic is way better than what it normally is. And I come and I share this with you, you know, just in openness and vulnerability. But, you know, I was waiting to turn in the turning lane, and, you know, the light was starting to blink and we weren't moving. And so I kind of looked up ahead to find out, you know, why is cars not moving? And there, you know, I saw a homeless man walking over to a car to get some money. And at that moment I was frustrated. And then I heard the voice, or the embrace of the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, say, well, there's a part of you that has not yet been given over. Because would Yeshua HaMashiach, would Jesus Christ have that same attitude? Sitting in a very nice car. I got a Mini Cooper. It's older, but hey, I have a home that at times I complain about because we're in this shelter in place, and here in Chicagoland, you know, we are still, I mean, I'm gotta mask up before I leave out. And so there's times I'm complaining because I'm in the house. And yet I'm sure this man on the side of the street would give anything to be locked into a house, to have a house, or even have a car that may not even drive, but he could live in it, which would be better than living underneath the stars. And just how far my own attitudes and thoughts and reactions are so far from the Most High Yah that was displayed in the behavior in the life of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. And so as I pulled away and the song was playing the chorus over and over, I thought of, you know, the Good Samaritan. And so then I get here and I reach over to, you know, mask up. And then it just dawns on me, you know, that the reality of this is a reality of where we really are in our season with the Most High Yah. And we're entering a season that my white evangelicals don't have a clue at all. I mean, and I'm going to be honest. I know what's about to come, but I don't think my mind in all the movies that I have watched, including like Schindler's List, I don't think my mind has a clue to exactly what's about to take place in America and across the globe in this next season, these next months, these next weeks, these next years. What's going to happen to those who are walking blindly? And they're blind because they've given their heart over to a false religion, and a religion of Christianity, which is white superiority, and I'm not going into all of that. But just to say that this mask will be nothing to hold back. The Great Wall around America will be nothing to hold back. A vaccine or vaccines will be nothing to hold back. A military that is going up into space will be nothing to hold back. White supremacy will have nothing to hold back. Republicans, Democrats, the United States of America will have nothing that can hold back, that will hold back what is about to take place in this season. As the Most High Yah says, enough is enough. The curse of Deuteronomy chapter 28 upon taking my people back into an Egypt again, but this time by the way of ship. That curse mentioned in the second part of Deuteronomy chapter 28 has now come to fulfillment even in Romans, where it says the time of the Gentiles is up. The favor and the supremacy and the leadership and the kingship of the seed of Jacob is now going to be brought to the head. And white evangelicalism, Christianity, United States, Catholicism, and all other nations that have their hand in the pot, that has stolen, that has lynched, that has enslaved, oppressed, and treated inappropriately all of God's chosen people, the Hebrews. And you can say, I know Jesus and I'm not afraid. I'm sorry, you better be afraid, because our black brothers and sisters, those that knew Jesus and know Jesus, have still lived under the oppression of white supremacy. So just because you know Jesus, you will not escape the judgment of the sin that you and Christianity and Catholicism and the white America, United States has never repented of or even acknowledged. And that is not only racism and white supremacy and white privilege, but slavery and the abuse of our black brothers and sisters, our African American brothers and sisters. We used to call them colored. We had all kinds of other names. We don't have a clue, because when you jump to Revelation 17 and 18, as I was putting on this mask, I thought about that, where the Most High Yah says, come out of her, you, from great mystery Babylon, Babylon the Great, Catholicism, Christianity, the United States of America, come out of her, you who are my people, the chosen people, the true Hebrews. And those of us Gentiles, strangers from the wild branch, that choose to humble ourselves and to cleave to the true chosen people, the nation of the Most High Yah, God, will hopefully escape what is coming. And Revelation says that what is about to come to hit Babylon the Great and that empire will be plagues and devastation that will leave that empire in smoke overnight, and that all nations across the world will tremble in fear just like those in the city of Jericho shuddered in fear when the people of the Most High Yah, under the leadership of Joshua, came to claim their promised land. Well, that season of oppression is over, and it's time that the true chosen people are coming and being released to claim their promised leadership, kingship, not land, but they will be the priests of this earth forever, per the Bible, the seed of Jacob. And I know that many of my Christians are also going to believe that they're going to get saved from this destruction because of the rapture. And that is why I weep when I think about this, because even if they begin to believe that this could be the plague and that there's going to be destruction, they think, even as one of my people that comment all the time, he thinks, because he believes in Jesus Christ, that his white superiority in the life he lived as a white superior Christian will not ever be judged or brought to justice by God, because the rapture is going to pull him and all the other evangelicals and white Americans from justice. If the Most High Yah, if God will discipline his own children for 400 years, and yet white evangelicals are complaining after 3 months, I weep to think of what my eyes are going to see. And I had a discussion with my mom. My mom has a son that has completely turned on her, and my mom has gone through all that pain. And I was talking to her the other day, and she is in agreement with what she says. I just can't conceive and comprehend everything, but she says, I do believe what you say. And the Most High has given her a heart for the Hebrews. And I said, but Mom, you've already been disowned by your own brothers and sisters. You've been disowned with a son that joined that group, falsely accusing you of just horrible things. I said, so Mom, do you know what? You've already gone through a lot of that suffering, that when the Most High Yah allows us, as we cleave to the Hebrews, escape all of that destruction, you'll have already mourned, as I have already mourned the loss of my family. And I said, Mom, it doesn't mean that we won't weep as we see children and family members. But I said, you know what, Mom? One thing we know is that God gave them plenty of years and gave them plenty of evidence with modern technology for them to repent from their wicked ways and to be where you and I are. But then I don't even give myself all the glory at all for that, because if it wasn't for the Most High Yah seeing fit to reveal to me this truth, I, like the rest of my family, would be blind. And that is why I go back to the very beginning in the chorus of that song, that I will do whatever is necessary to give all of my life over to the Most High Yah and serve him and serve his people in any way, shape, or form that he asks me to serve, because I will never believe serving the Most High Yah's children will even be close to what it's been like serving white superiority. Serving individuals like the Trump that we have in office today. I'd rather serve in the kingdom of the Most High Yah than to reign in hell, or to serve any other religion that calls upon a false god, because you'll end up exactly where we are right here in the United States of America. So Most High Yah, I ask you to give us that want to be used by you a hunger and a thirst for your righteousness, to seek after you. And since you gave all of you for us, may we be a people that are willing to give all of us to your service. Thank you for just listening. Wanted to check in and let you know that I'm well, and I always hope and pray and believe that you are well. Reach out to me at any time. Feel free to email me. If you really want to get in touch with me, I need you to email me, because I don't go through all of the comments on the YouTube channels and videos, because I have some Hebrew family members out there that really can't stand my guts. And then I also have my white family that can't stand my guts. And so I have decided that I don't need to put that stuff in me, because the only thing it does is discourage me from giving my all to the Most High Yah, because I begin to think that I need to please all these other people. No, I've been bought by a price by one person, and that was the Son of the Most High Yah, whose name was Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm his servant, and I trust that he will guide me and lead me in all truth, so that all of me will love and serve all of him. Shalom.